Hello YouTube, this is Lamb Chop. I wanted to show you how to get 100 stability and 100 accuracy for the amr-16 rifle in Payday 2. Now, the amr-16 has an insanely high damage and insanely high fire rate, and it makes up for that with really shitty accuracy and stability and pretty low total ammo. The way I set it up, you can actually get completely maxed out accuracy and stability and insane damage well over twice what the base is. The trade-off is it does require putting on the DMR kit, which will reduce your total ammo, so you might want to run this as Enforcer. If not, as long as you have Enforcer on your team, it should be good. It is pretty impractical having to refill ammo so often, but it's very effective. There is no grunts, no non-special enemies I can't one-shot. Alright, so the DMR kit you put on, of course. The next is you have to put on the bigger, better suppressor. It doesn't necessarily have to be the bigger, better suppressor, but that, I'm not sure if that will still max you out. Even though this is not as good as some of the compensators in the game, the skill stats that give bonuses to suppressed weapons will actually make the stats better overall. The way we're doing this, we won't need boosts to max it out. We will actually have over 100 if we put on boosts, so you could do damage or total ammo. Either way, the changes are going to be very insignificant, so I guess the best would be team boost. You might notice I have some mods running. You don't need this for the setup. That is completely irrelevant. Alright, next put on auto fire. So the packs you need for this, I think, are just the Gauge Weapon Pack, the Butcher Mod Pack, and the, what was it? Sorry, the AK/car, the AK/car Mod Pack. So for the foregrip, you want the Tactical Handguard. You also want the LED combo. Either the rubber grip or the pro grip will do. I have not unlocked thrust lower receiver. To do so, you have to do a pretty hard challenge, and for 2 damage out of what will total be over 400, I really don't think it's worth it. The quad stack magazine, which lowers your accuracy, you can actually do and still end up with a maxed out accuracy, so I was just doing that. For sights, I prefer the Seymour sight with the with this crosshair here. I just find that to be the most accurate, but of course any sight will do. We're not going for concealment here, and they all give force stability. If you prefer iron sights, you can always use the boost to max out your weapon, although I'd find that pretty surprising. So you want wide stock, and again, you can do better if you unlock the 2-piece stock, which I have not done, but we can still max out our weapon this way without having to compromise at all, so it's not really worth it for me. Here is the LW upper receiver. To unlock this, you need to play the nightclub job. And end the game with 12 hostage on the dance floor. Now, you don't have to play on any difficulty. There's no difficulty requirements, and you don't have to do it stealth. So it's actually with the new update where you can pick up handcuffs from dead cops. It is very easy to do if you use turrets to guard the hostages while you do the objectives. You can do it alone. You don't need friends, and it took me 1 try. It was a lot easier than I thought. So right now we have 80 accuracy and 68 stability and 160 damage. Not close to what I promised. So what you have to do now is go to skills. Now this does not use nearly all your skills. You can really do whatever you want with the remaining skills as long as you have enough. So first is you're going to want to unlock Berserker, which I consider to be insanely overpowered. I like to get Bloodthirst to help compensate for the reload speed, but that's up to you. So then what's most important is Berserker and Frenzy. So Berserker doubles your damage with all ranged weapons, when your health is below 50%. What Frenzy does is it starts you with a health below 50%, reduces the damage you take by 30%. So this will always have you with double damage. It's a very large combat advantage. The next is, so for the reason we put on the suppressor, if you want to get the professional and the specialized killing in the ghost category, that's all you really need here. If you want to, you can get 45% less likely to be targeted by enemies, but that's kind of a dick move considering you're not doing stealth or anything. Steady grip and sharpshooter are very important. They are they are almost a required one for the new stages. There's a lot of other stuff you're going to want to do with the slow reload speed and the low ammo, but we're just going for stats here. So right now, fire control is very important, but I think that's all you're going to need. So you're going to have 100 at this point, and you're going to do, I've upped my damage to 216. I know I promised over 400. Well, if you have Berserker always going, you're going to double your damage. That's 400 damage. There is not a single shotgun in the game, even with Berserker. The Moskani or Jocelyn won't do as much damage as one bullet from this amr-16 rifle, and that fires at a very high fire rate. So only a few of the snipers can do more damage, and they hold like 5 shots and are bolt action. This is a crazy overpowered setup, and you can solo dozers easily. And something to note of is you can up it to 600 if you take even more damage when you have Berserker. If you get like below 25, it ends up triple damage. So this is a huge advantage, definitely. If you can't get any of the attachments I recommended, there's other ways to do it, because there was still some I hadn't unlocked and I wasn't using boosts. But it's all pretty easy to get. Well, thank you, YouTube. I hope you enjoy, and you have a nice day.